Can Taylor Swift change the US election game? This question might sound strange, but hold on, let's unpack it. Celebrities and politics have a long, intertwined history. From the glamorous Hollywood stars of yesteryear to the social media influencers of today, famous personalities have used their platforms to voice political opinions, advocate for causes, and even run for office. But what kind of influence do these celebrities truly have on the political landscape? Enter Taylor Swift, a pop sensation who needs no introduction. From her humble beginnings as a country singer-songwriter, Swift has catapulted herself into the stratosphere of global stardom. Her catchy tunes, relatable lyrics, and charismatic persona have won her millions of fans worldwide. But Swift's influence extends beyond the realm of music. She's also made a name for herself in the political sphere. In recent years, Swift has been increasingly vocal about her political beliefs. She's taken a stand on issues such as LGBTQ+ rights, women's rights, and voter registration, using her platform to raise awareness and advocate for these causes. Her political statements, while not without controversy, have caught the attention of both the media and her fans. But how much sway does Swift, or any celebrity for that matter, hold over the political process? Can a tweet, a song, or an endorsement from a pop star shift the tide of a national election? The answer is complex. While celebrities can certainly influence public opinion, the impact of their endorsements on the outcome of an election is typically limited. Elections are influenced by a myriad of factors such as policy platforms, the political climate, demographics, and voter turnout. A celebrity's endorsement might tip the scales for some voters, but it's unlikely to be the deciding factor for most. So where does this leave Taylor Swift? She's undeniably an influential figure with a reach that extends far beyond her music. But does this translate into political power? Can she, with a tweet or a song, change the course of an election? Taylor Swift is certainly an influential figure, but how does she use this influence in the political arena? Did you know that Taylor Swift was pretty quiet about politics until 2018? Yes, indeed, our beloved pop star was initially quite reluctant to dip her toes into the turbulent waters of political discourse. For the most part, Swift preferred to let her music do the talking, keeping her political views under wraps. She was a pop star, not a politician after all. But things took a dramatic turn in the autumn of 2018. Swift swapped her usual silence for a resounding political outcry, making her first public political statement. She endorsed Democratic candidates Phil Bredesen for Senate and Jim Cooper for House of Representatives in the Tennessee midterm elections. This was a bold move, particularly in the traditionally conservative state of Tennessee where she grew up. Swift didn't just stop at endorsements. She used her colossal social media platform to encourage her fans to register to vote. She emphasized the importance of researching candidates and voting based on who most closely represents your values. Swift was no longer just a pop sensation. She was emerging as a political voice, advocating for change and encouraging her fans to participate in the democratic process. Her political awakening wasn't without controversy, however. There were those who criticized her for using her platform in this way, while others praised her for taking a stand. But regardless of the mixed reactions, there was no denying that Swift had broken her political silence in a big way. This shift in Swift's public persona was surprising to some and inspiring to others. She was no longer just a pop star belting out chart-topping hits, but also a politically conscious individual using her influence to potentially sway public opinion. Swift's political statements in 2018 marked a shift in her public persona, but the question remains, how much influence did it really have? Join us in the next scene as we delve deeper into Swift's advocacy and the impact of celebrity endorsements on politics. Scene script: Swift's political involvement didn't stop at endorsements. She's used her platform to advocate for several issues. She's been a strong voice in the realm of civil rights, particularly in advocating for LGBTQ+ rights, women's rights, and voter registration. Let's dive a bit deeper. Swift has been an outspoken supporter of the LGBTQ+ community. She made a generous donation to the Tennessee Equality Project, an organization that advocates for the rights of LGBTQ+ individuals in her home state. Swift also penned an open letter to her senator, urging support for the Equality Act, a piece of legislation aimed at preventing discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. But Swift's advocacy isn't just limited to LGBTQ+ rights. She's also been a vocal advocate for women's rights. In 2018, she broke her political silence by speaking out against a Tennessee senator who voted against reauthorizing the Violence Against Women Act. Swift's stand against gender inequality also extends to her own industry, where she's been a fierce critic of the gender wage gap, and the lack of representation of women in music production and executive roles. And let's not forget about Swift's efforts to encourage voter registration. In the lead-up to the 2018 midterms, Swift made a public call to her fans to register to vote. This resulted in a significant spike in voter registrations, particularly among young people. Swift has also been unafraid to criticize leadership when she felt it was needed. She openly voiced her disapproval of President Trump's stance on civil rights issues, and her push for the Equality Act was seen by many as a direct challenge to his administration's policies. Swift has certainly used her platform to advocate for issues she believes in. But does this translate to electoral influence? While Swift's advocacy might inspire some of her fans, the ultimate decision lies in the hands of voters, who weigh a wide range of considerations before casting their ballots. So, do celebrity endorsements like Swift's really sway elections? This is a question that has been thrown around quite a bit, especially in recent years with more and more celebrities stepping into the political arena. The simple answer? Not as much as you might think. While a celebrity endorsement might make headlines, its impact on the actual outcome of an election is typically limited. It's not that these endorsements don't matter at all. Celebrities like Taylor Swift have huge platforms and can draw attention to certain issues, candidates, or even just the importance of voting. And yes, they might sway some of their fans, particularly younger ones, to lean a certain way. But let's not forget that elections are complex beasts. They're influenced by a multitude of factors, and a celebrity endorsement is just one small piece of a much larger puzzle. Policy platforms, the political climate, demographics, voter turnout. These are the elements that truly drive an election. Take policy platforms, for instance. Voters want to know what a candidate stands for, what they plan to do if elected. They're interested in how these policies will impact their lives, their communities, their country. A celebrity endorsement might pique their interest, but it's the policies that will ultimately sway their vote. Then there's the political climate, the mood of the nation, the issues at the forefront, the sentiment towards the current government. These all play a significant role in how people vote. Demographics, too, are crucial. Age, income, education level, geographic location. These factors can heavily influence voting patterns. And let's not forget voter turnout. It doesn't matter how many celebrity endorsements a candidate has if people don't actually show up to vote. So, while Swift's endorsements may sway some fans, it's unlikely her influence alone can change the outcome of an election. After all, an election is a collective decision made by millions, and while celebrities can contribute to the conversation, they can't dictate the decision. So, can Taylor Swift change the US election game? We've journeyed through the pop star's political awakening, her advocacy for issues close to her heart, and the broader impact of celebrity endorsements. Now, it's time to tie it all together. Firstly, there's no denying that Swift has used her platform to engage in political discourse, particularly in recent years. She has been vocal about matters such as LGBTQ+ rights, women's rights, and voter registration. Her endorsements and statements have garnered attention and may sway some of her fans, especially younger demographics. However, while celebrities can raise awareness and contribute to the political conversation, they don't hold the reins to the outcome of a national election. That power lies in the hands of the voters, and the decisions made by voters are often influenced by a wide range of considerations beyond celebrity endorsements. These considerations may include policy platforms, the political climate of the time, demographics, and voter turnout. Each of these factors plays a crucial role in shaping the outcome of an election. The political climate can sway voters in one direction or another. Demographics can determine which issues are prioritized. Voter turnout can decide the balance of power. So, while Swift's political involvement may influence some of her fans, it's unlikely to be a game changer in the US election. But, and this is an important but, it doesn't mean her voice, or any celebrity voice for that matter, is insignificant. Celebrities like Taylor Swift can ignite conversations, draw attention to issues, and inspire people to become more politically engaged. They can encourage their fans to register to vote, to educate themselves on the issues, and to make their voices heard. And that in itself is a significant contribution to the democratic process. So, while Taylor Swift's political involvement is significant, it's unlikely to be a game changer in the US election. But remember, every voice matters in the democratic process, and that includes yours.